Test, test. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, you can hear me. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, good. Sorry, my microphone was unplugged. I was charging my vibrator. I'm just kidding. I was charging my light. So it's Sunday, January the 12th right now. It's about midnight. I know it's still the 11th Saturday for most people, but not here in Turkey. I wanted to get a live stream in just to update you guys before I go to bed tonight. I'm fucking exhausted, man. Today I did like 500 calories on the elliptical. Just like watch. You guys ever exercise and you hate doing cardio? I'm gonna give you guys a tip. Download a game called Kingdom Rush. Kingdom Rush. Just play the game, do your fucking cardio. 1 hour goes by and you burn like 500-600 calories. It's amazing. And yeah, worked out really hard, man. Every day working out. So the market has definitely recovered. I'm still bearish, honestly. I'm still bearish. Like, I was bearish short term, and I do admit that I was wrong. Okay, but you know, that's how the market goes sometimes, right? You make a prediction, you have a bias, but you have to be prepared to accept that your bias could possibly be wrong. And you can't just hold on to that bias, right? For example, if you're in a short position, you can't just stay in your short position when the market has flipped. You have to absolutely acknowledge when the market does end up flipping. And right now, the utility tokens are moving much harder and faster than pretty much every single coin right now. For example, XLM, XRP, HBAR, Cardano, they're the ones that are just heavily moving right now. And once again, like, you guys can't just stick to one bias, right? As soon as you're wrong, you got to cut that loss. You can't be stubborn. You have to eventually change your position if you do want to go into a trade. So even though I was bearish, I was not in any trade at all. But I was actually, I'm thinking, like last night I entered a trade. I've been swinging it about $20,000 down. But now I'm in a pretty good profit. Like, I don't know how much I'm in a trade for. I'm in a trade for, I think, I don't fucking know. I stopped tracking how big my positions are. I think this is like $700,000-800,000, something like that. Like, I'm like 150K into Ethereum, which is not moving. 125K in Polkadot, which is not moving. 120K in Render, which is not moving. 100K in Solana, which is not moving. And the coins that are performing the best right now is actually XLM, XRP, HBAR, and Cardano, which are the utility tokens. And the funny thing is, I only have about 100K combined in these long positions. Like, seriously, $100,000 combined in these long positions. And my profit right now, I'm up about $10,300. I'm definitely not going to close my position anytime soon. And I'm going to talk to you guys about why. By the way, welcome guys. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'm very tired, but you guys are my priority. And I want to make sure that I update you with not only my position, but also my thoughts in the market. So I was very, very bearish, guys. Like, so bearish. I thought we were going to break down to the $87,000 regions. But we actually ended up holding true for now, at least, okay? So the 2-day candle was pretty powerful. It ended up forming something like that. But just because the 2-day candle forms like that, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to rally, right? Look at the next, like the previous one right here, same type of candle, but it was actually super bearish for a while before we began to rally. So even though we're getting a doji candle right now on the 2-day, there's still a lot of room to go. But not tonight closing, but the day after. So in 1 day and 3 hours, if we do close with this type of candle, we're going to be very bullish for the next few days. So Bitcoin finds this support right here. And I'll talk to you guys about the logic behind why I also entered the trade. Oh, perfect. I'm up $11,000 right now. Doing pretty well. I will probably make 100K on this trade. Like, easily 100K. I'm very confident I'll make $100,000 on this trade. So let's keep going, guys. Let's talk about how this Bitcoin pattern is forming right now. So the way that I see Bitcoin, I unfortunately still see it like a head and shoulders pattern. So the head and shoulders goes something like this, right? It goes something like you can just call it from even over here, right? Something like that. Like the head goes like this goes down there, and it goes like that. So I'm not sure if this is just like the corrective wave that's going to the upside right now, right? So this is a pretty clear head and shoulders to me. I'm not sure if this is just a corrective wave where we come down, we go up, and then we start to cross down. But I did say that there's a possibility for us to do a pretty high retracement to the upside, right? So let's just assume that there's a pattern that plays out, because lately, man, these patterns are playing out well. We're getting lower highs. So if Bitcoin does continue to rally, the best logical price that this could possibly hit would be the top right there, right? So this is leading up till pretty much sometime in the next week or two if Bitcoin ends up recovering, right? So this is the perfect pattern and the perfect storm. But there's bad news for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually not moving that much right now, if you guys are noticing. It's barely moved right now. It's moved up like not even 1% since like noon. And why is that? It's because the Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is dropping significantly right now. Every time the Bitcoin dominance drops, but the market cap stays relatively the same, it means that there's a shift from people selling Bitcoin and moving it into altcoins. That's why altcoins, if you notice over here on the right, the total market cap today moved only 1%, but the total 2 market cap moved 2.5, and total 3 almost 3%. So if you take a look at total 2, or sorry, total 1, it actually looks pretty much identical to a Bitcoin chart, right? There's really nothing different about it. It looks like there's a possible descending triangle. So if total 1 market cap rallies, the best logical conclusion is that sometime in the next week or two, it's going to end up hitting here. So there's absolutely no reasons for you guys to be taking your profits or entering a short position right now, because your short position is most likely going to get taken out. So right now, this is the resistance that it's trying to break. This little tiny range right now. Once this gets broken, 3.28 trillion, we're probably going to end up flying to somewhere up there to that trend line. I don't know where it's going to be, but lately I've stopped looking at individual coins when I long a bunch. I just end up looking at the total market cap, total 2 and total 3 instead. Okay, so this is a very likely target if in, for example, 1 day and 3 hours, you guys see that? The countdown for the 1 day and 3 hours. If this candle closes just like that, we are going to have a pretty much a guaranteed hit, in my opinion, to somewhere up there. Realistically, it'll probably be the top of these wicks over here. So based off of this price action, this right here, 3.4 trillion, seems to be a very viable market cap that the crypto market's going to hit, which is 4% more. So if you take a look at total 2 right now, it's actually incredibly beautiful. Okay, it completely took out here. Okay, I said in my Discord group earlier that if this gets taken out, right, I said the 4-hour chart total 2 is making a clear ascending triangle. It looks like we're going to smash. And I said hours ago that if this rally occurs, we're going to see some glorious days to hit the top of this trend line. And that's exactly what happened. Also, the MACD was really moving towards the upside. See the crossover potential? And then it eventually starts to hit as well. So you see that on the 6-hour rather, the crossover occurred that I called out on Discord. And then now we're starting to see the kind of like a lagged effect where it's starting to rally tremendously. So if you take a look at, like, if you guys are wondering when should I be exiting my altcoin positions, well, if you take a look at, for example, the way that this is looking as well, it's looking very similar to both, like total 2 we're talking about. It looks very identical to both the Bitcoin and also the total 1 market cap, right? So this is Bitcoin's chart, right? Bitcoin, this is total 1, right? Looks kind of identical. And then the total 2 market cap is also going to most likely end up hitting the top of this channel as well, or the top of this lower high. So wherever that might end up being, that seems like it's going to be a very viable target for us to hit. Okay. And yes, XRP did break up there. I'm going to get to the altcoin soon. So total 2 looks like it's on fire. Right now, I'm already up $12,500. So I'm just slaying it right now. Here's my P&L down over here, $12,400. So it's looking very good. I'm very, very happy about this profit so far. I think it's going to be able to, I'll probably end up taking $100,000 in on this trade, to be quite honest. And then, so take a look at total 3. Total 3 also forms a beautiful pattern, okay? A very beautiful pattern, which is most likely going to hold out, right? So if we end up hitting something, it's most likely going to hit the top over here as well. So the reason I'm putting out the total 1, 2, and 3 market cap for you guys is because that's going to be a very good target for you to perhaps take your long profits, right? It's either that or we're not going to hit up there. Basically, we're going to come down here, do a small retracement, and then completely break the trend and then get to $87,000. So right now, it looks very, very good. And I'm super happy about the way things are going. I was in this position since last night. I was down like, I think $20,000 when I woke up. But there was a strong conviction because of that 2-day hammer candle that's been forming so far. So as long as Bitcoin dominance continues to drop further, there's going to be a massive altcoin surge that's going to occur very soon. So right now, just to summarize my thoughts, I think Bitcoin's going to get somewhere up to here, right? Back up to that channel, maybe even like to the golden ratio ranges, right? In the next few weeks or something, or the next 7 days, it might just shoot up there, right? So it wouldn't be, if you take a look at it here, it wouldn't be like unrealistic for us to assume that it's going to retest 99,400. There was a resistance here, tried to break up there, right? Tried to break up here. This is the bull trap region. So 99,400 seems to be a very good target right now if you're in a long. So if you're in a long for your altcoins, it would be wise to start to just kind of look at this resistance. And of course, some altcoins are going to deviate from how Bitcoin is moving and also away from the total market cap, just like how coins like XRP, XLM, Cardano, and Theta are moving, like, or in H-bar are moving against the way, not Theta, sorry, H-bar, they're moving against the way Bitcoin is actually moving and better than a lot of other alts. So it'd be in your best interest to just kind of track the total 1, total 2, total 3, so you can extract profits when we get to higher numbers. Man, my profits is just rolling. I'm up $13,000 right now. This is gonna probably be a huge profit, man. So I could use the money right now, to be honest, because everybody can use some extra capital. I'm heading to the Philippines in like very soon. My parents are coming to visit. I flew them down business class, of course. And then my ladies, like her parents are coming to visit as well at the end of the month. And then we're going to the Philippines. And I've got like, I'm bringing my pets, my 2 cats on our flight. We're flying business, of course. And it's costing something like $7,000-8,000 to bring my pets because that's what the hotel is charging, right? Because there's like a fee for the pets to stay there. It's crazy. I'm going to Bonifacio Global City, BGC, staying in a 5-star hotel for like 3 months. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice. So let's take a look at some altcoins right now, okay? Like XLM is the one that's performing incredibly well. You guys have seen this. It's moving up 20% since that last dip, right? XRP has moved up even more. It's moved up 15%. But the thing about XRP is this, okay? It did this, right? It like we thought that it was gonna be similar to XLM, or not XLM. What coin? Link, okay? We thought it was gonna be similar to Link, where it was gonna basically quadruple bottom. You guys see that quadruple bottom? So this was a quadruple bottom that I thought that XRP was going to do the same thing, but XRP just smoked it to the upside. So you guys can see this clear pattern, right? Clear pattern. In the Philippines, I'm not going there to I'm not going there for a vacation, man. It's not like that. I'm going there to work because well, it's complicated, but like my lady can only stay in Turkey for 6 months of the year, right? Or every 90 days out of 180, because of course, it's a bit typical Schengen rule, right? You can only be in a Schengen country for like 90 out of 180 days. So we live together, right? So we're just gonna, because she can't be here, we're just gonna go choose another random city and then just go live there. But by the end of the year, I'll have a place in Poland. So I'll be living in both Turkey and Poland for half of the year here, half of the year there. I'll be looking at renting a place there, probably in Gdansk. Yeah, probably Gdansk. So XRP breaks out huge. Let's take a look at how other coins are trending. So now Polkadot is my big hitter. Like I like Polkadot a lot. So because I like Polkadot, I'm always going to enter some large positions on Polkadot. I'm in it for $127,000 right now. So Polkadot is literally just breaking right now. So I think it's lagging behind, but it's going to catch up. So Polkadot is just breaking this resistance, as you can see. And now that it's broken the resistance, or trying to rather, it's trying to break the wicks, it's probably going to start flying very soon. Polkadot to me is in this kind of structure where it created, like you guys see this, right? Like kind of like a triple bottom. And you know, there's a good chance that Polkadot's going to fly very hard. You take a look at a coin like Near, it created a triple bottom as well. Solana is like a weird pattern. It's not really moving much at all. Like Solana only moved 5% compared to other coins that have moved much more. You know, Manta, kind of like a triple bottom range. Polygon, like triple bottom-ish. Beam got fucked. IMX got fucked too. And then Injective was the one that was leading the pace and doing really well with the 40% rally. But this rally, it actually only moved about 5.82%. Superverse got fucked, because the thing about Superverse is it's scary to hold this right now, even like, because it broke the all-time high on March, but then it bull trapped extremely hard. So Superverse is kind of one of those coins that's not moving in tandem with everything else right now because of how strong and bullish it was. Superverse did 500%, right? It would be cool if I lived in the US. No, said nobody ever. I mean, that nobody would ever, like, I'm sorry, but America is, I'm not going to be rude towards Americans or anything, but like, I just prefer to live in Europe, right? There's just a lot more things to do. There's a lot more countries. It's much easier to travel and get around. A lot more culture, obviously, as well, because there's so many countries in such a small space. Especially being in Europe, man. You can, like, in Turkey, you guys know that Turkey is the center of the world. Turkey is the center of the world, so every time I want to travel somewhere, it's very easy to get around. It's very cheap, man. Like, for me to live in Canada and fly to Europe, I fly business class only. It's like $7,000, like $7,000 round trip. Fuck that, man. But if I'm living in Turkey and I want to go to any country in Europe, right, flying round trip business class is like $500, man. It's like, fuck yeah, man. I'll live in Turkey all day, man. I love that. So I don't think my volatility scatter's up. Oh, it is. Ah, nice. So my volatility scatter, guys, if you guys don't know it, it basically measures the volatility in the market, and every single coin right now is green. It's moving up green, right? It's not highlighted green, like Chain GPT, you know, that fucking, yeah, like CGPT. They're down. That's the only coin that's down because they were recently introduced. But other than that, you can see the coins that are moving extremely hard right now, right? Nothing is too volatile. Like AGLD is very volatile. AIX BTC, right? Popcat, Neo, IOTA. I don't have the X's on here. The X's don't fit on the screen. So on that, but the point is everything is green. So the market is looking pretty good, but it's not super volatile because nothing is really highlighted green too much, right? So, and then you take a look at XRP, like it's probably gonna break up, man. If this continues, XRP's like I'm gonna call it out now. I think that XRP is gonna hit $3.30. You know, I'm just gonna go on Poloniex, because they've been around for a long time in Poloniex. Wait a second. Am I on log? Fuck log. Okay, so here you guys can see, right? It's probably gonna hit $3.30. I think very, very, very soon. It just needs to break this high. Once it breaks that high, it's probably gonna start smashing. Hold on, did my trend line still align? Yeah, it's still looking good. I think I'm down a little bit now. I'm only up 8K. That's okay though. I'm gonna ride this position for a while of mine. I'm not gonna be worried about it at all. Yeah, so like Cardano's moving nicely too. Like Cardano made this higher low pattern. So Cardano's just on fire right now. I hope that this is not a pattern that's gonna stop it. Like this the one that I'm drawing right now, right? So this seems like a reasonable pattern, and Cardano seems like it's probably gonna hit up there. It doesn't mean that it's gonna head straight up, guys, right? Like you don't expect it to hit straight up. It's not gonna do that. If it did that, it'd be wonderful, but know that there's gonna be many bumps and bruises and stuff along the way, right? So, but other than that, the market is looking very, 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 very bullish, guys, okay? I apologize if you guys are asking me about your coins. The truth is, I'm just too tired to give a shit about your coins or take any requests tonight. It's midnight. If I like live stream at a better time, I would be more than happy to take on some requests. But I'm more so just logging online out of my own free will, my own fucking time, and just to give you guys a market update because I thought that you deserved it, and I want to make sure you guys are very informed going forward for the next few days. So going forward for the next few days, like I'm pretty certain that the bull, not the bull market, but the short-term market is going to rally. Okay, that's what I think. Okay, the short-term market is going to rally. You know, we're getting like bullishly diverging RSI, right? Like across the board. So that's good. Like these are kind of lower lows, but higher highs or higher lows on RSI, right? The 6-hour MACD is about to cross up on Bitcoin, and as we see, like, you know, when the 6-hour MACD crosses up, for example, on total 1, it spiked up, total 2, it spiked up, total 3, it spiked up. So Bitcoin's just kind of lagging behind a little bit right now. So because of that, I think that when Bitcoin does have these MACD crossovers with a little bit more time, it's gonna probably skyrocket. And right now, the main thing to keep your eye on would be to look at the 4-day chart for longer term. So you can see the total one is a wild candle, guys. If you guys see it, it's a wild doji candle. Bitcoin is looking pretty decent too, right? Total 2 is a really good candle too. I mean, there could still be a possibility where we close, then we drop a little bit, right? You know, we drop a little bit and then we go up. That's possible too. And then there's total 3, right? That's looking very, very bullish as well right now. So these are some really good metrics to look at. And also to remind everybody that this is just the beginning of the year, right? If you take a look at the year-to-date ROI, you're gonna feel confident and reassured that the bull market is likely to just begin. This right here is us at the beginning of the year. This is 2017 and also 2021's bull market, which just shows that the bull market years in the 4-year cycle, it's very, very, very bullish. You're not gonna just, you know, all of a sudden 265 days after the halving, you know, we're just gonna finish the bull market and then that's kind of it. You know, doesn't sound right to me, right? Like the halving is here in place for a reason. If you take a look at the halving, this is how it looks year to date after the halvings begin, right? So this is how it looks. Every time the market goes absolutely bonkers every single time. And right now we're just at the very beginning phases of what's about to come. So maybe 87K can still happen. I would like for it to happen because I understand that if the market ends up getting destroyed a little bit more, right, it's a natural part of the cycle, so we can continue even stronger. So it's really hard to swallow, like even for me, seeing my portfolio get destroyed because I'm so heavily invested in crypto. Like my portfolio is going to reach, you know, somewhere over 10 million very soon, right? If the market keeps continuing. I don't believe that the market is over in any way. If I had believed that, I would have pulled out money already. But I am still balls deep, diamond fucking balls, you know, like super balls deep into the market right now. So then if you take a look at, like there's so many metrics to take a look at, guys, like damn, right? I mean, I'll show you guys more since we're at it, right? Bitcoin dominance always ends up dropping in the first few weeks of the year, right? In 2017, Bitcoin dominance drops. And if we juxtapose this and we compared it to, for example, the total 2 market cap, we can see incredibly clearly So these are on the same like, it's whether you look here or here, the cursor's on the same spot. Do you see that? So you see that this is where Bitcoin dominance is starting to fall, right? Like this is the beginning of the year. Okay, then a few weeks later, the dominance drops significantly, but look at the price. Look at the total 2 market cap, which is all of the market cap except for Bitcoin. The dominance drops at the beginning of the year, and also at the beginning of the year for the altcoins. That's where heavy accumulation is, right? Heavy accumulation begins as Bitcoin dominance drops, and then altcoins skyrocket. That's in 2017, and the same thing is with just altcoin season by itself. So here's just altcoin season by itself. Sorry, total 3 market cap by itself, not total 2. So you see here. Oh, it doesn't actually show it. It doesn't show. Sorry, I can only show total 2. So I'll give you guys the other case for 2021 as well. So here's the end of the year, right? The end of the year, right there. Bitcoin dominance starts to drop significantly, but look what happens at the end of the year, or the new year rather, for the altcoin season. Same thing as 2017. The market drops with Bitcoin dominance, then the altcoin market rises significantly, right? So this is something that happens at the beginning of pretty much every year. And you can see here as well that the Bitcoin dominance, it dropped a little bit early. The reason why it started to drop early instead of at the beginning of the year or a little bit later is for one reason, and that's because the Bitcoin halving started in April, whereas in 2017 and also in 2021 the halving was actually in May and then July. Does that make sense? So because ours was earlier on April the 20th, naturally the dominance would have started to topple a little bit earlier because we've had more time since the halving. So you can see that right here, this is where most likely the dominance is going to start snowballing down. You can actually already start to see the pattern. Do you see the pattern on the weekly? You see it, guys. You guys fucking see this, man. This just literally created one of the most beautiful patterns with lower highs that we can see. So now that we've seen this lower high pattern, it's probably gonna continue, right? These lower high patterns are very, very powerful. I wonder if we can spot it in the previous ones. Not really. Not in 2020 at least. Yeah, like kind of in a little bit in like 2017. Yeah, we're starting to see, once we see these lower high type of patterns, the market starts to topple. So you see that in 2017. So I think that this lower high pattern that we see right now is going to be very, very strong and effective, which is ultimately going to drive down the price of Bitcoin the Bitcoin dominance, which is ultimately it's going to lead up to a gigantic rally into total 2 market cap, which will officially which will officially start the altcoin season. But keep in mind that altcoin season, you've got to remember that the total altcoin market already went up by 233%. And because the market cap is so high and there's so many new coins to invest in, that some of these coins might have topped already even. You take a look at some coins like Solana, for example, where it started at $8. It did 3,000%, guys. 3,000% is no joke, right? Some coins have made a substantial amount already, like Superverse, for example. Superverse has gone up how many thousands of percent already? Well, not thousands, but a substantial amount. It's gone up 500%, right? So a lot of these coins have made some tremendous moves already. For example, Render ended up moving up fucking 3,000% already. So stay tuned, guys. I think the market's doing pretty well. I'm up 8,000, 9,000. It's gonna swing a lot. This is 1%. I think I'm in an 800K position. I'll just stay in it for a while, see how this ends up doing tomorrow. Very confident that the market's gonna continue to those altcoin 2 and total 1, total 2. I'm so fucking tired, I can't even speak. Total 1, total 2, and total 3. Yeah, those resistances that I was talking about. Okay, guys. So definitely keep an eye on them. You guys can watch the video over if you need some references again. Other than that, I'm gonna end the live stream. It's very late. I worked out so hard today. I'm also tired because last night, my lady and I, we smashed like a huge ass bottle of whiskey because I was fucking pissed off at the market. So I'm like, let's drink. And my lady's like, okay, I'll drink too. So I thought I'd be so hungover because I was just fucking so wasted last night, man. I was like talking to myself in the fucking mirror. That's how bad it was. I was like talking to my cats. I was talking to my cats for like 2 hours or something like that. I was so drunk. I thought I'd wake up hungover as fuck. But you know what, man? I woke up 100% sober. And the first thing I did was I went on the elliptical for like 1 hour. And after that, I thought I was gonna be tired, but I took some fucking pre-workout. And I went to go hit chest and tricep for like an hour and a half. And that's how you do it like a boss, man. And here I am still updating you guys at midnight. So have yourselves a really good night and I'll see you soon, okay? Stay safe, my friends. Talk soon and thank you for joining me. If you enjoy my live streams, always just show me some love, man. I'm not fucking advertising anything. The time for sales is over. I'm just here to give you guys an update. I'm not talking about joining anything, selling anything. Just hit the like button, guys. Thank you very much for